Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Walks in Wall Street. On today's walking tour, we are going to be doing an exclusive, fully narrated New York City walking tour of the Red Hook neighborhood of Brooklyn. Now, Red Hook is very unique. It's really unlike any other neighborhood in the borough of Brooklyn. It's very quiet, very secluded, and it's really very far away from a lot of the hustle and bustle of the city. Now, there's not much transportation here as it relates to public transportation. The closest train, which would be the subway, is probably about a 20-minute walk, honestly, from where we're standing now. But some people like that, particularly if you work in Midtown Manhattan, only 2 or 3 days a week, and you want a nice place to come back to that's quiet, has a nice neighborhood, and a very rich community feel. As you can tell in the distance, you have unobstructed views of the One World Trade Center. You see all of the cruise ships that are docking here in Red Hook, all of Lower Manhattan, and you can see all the way to New Jersey. Now, this is Ferris Street. We are going to be walking the entire town of Red Hook today. So let's get started. You're going to see a lot of this old architecture. It's a very sort of rustic, almost like a hipster vibe. 195 Coffee Street. I believe this is a pizza place. So let's get started on the walk. You'll notice as well, I'll point out really quick, some of the streets here in Red Hook, Brooklyn, are these original Belgian block streets, similar to what you would see in Soho, if you remember on a lot of our other walking tours, particularly in and around the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan. You see a lot of those Belgian block streets as well. Beautiful architectural integrity you're going to see as we continue to walk the streets of Red Hook. It's almost like you're not even in New York City, honestly. Wow, I really like this house here. This is 174, I believe this is Coffee Street. Imagine having your own private driveway. Beautiful architecture. I love the very bright red brick here. It's really gorgeous. Also the ivy that's growing along the stairs here. Very different to our Midtown Manhattan tours we do nightly. We are now on the corner of Conover Street and Coffee Street. And right here sits one of the oldest distilleries in Red Hook, Brooklyn. It's called Widow Jane. It's a really fun place. It's always very lively on the weekends. There's live music. There's people hanging out, having a drink at the bar, and it has a really nice rooftop too. Looks like they're getting a shipment of alcohol right now. You can see all these beautiful murals that are painted throughout here in Red Hook. The facade on Widow Jane is really nice as well. complements the beautiful Belgian block streets really nicely. Now, as we cross the street, this is actually really exciting. This building right here is the newest development in all of Red Hook, Brooklyn. This is the Conover, and it is a 22-unit brand new condominium. No two units in this building are the same, and Penthouse 3B, which sits right in this corner, is just under 2,000 square feet of interior space, but you also have about 1,400 square feet of exclusive outdoor space to you, where you could see unobstructed views of all of Lower Manhattan. You could see all the way to Billionaires Row and the Statue of Liberty. If you want to check out some property tours from inside the Conover, just feel free to click the link in the description, and that is one of our exclusive listings here at the Kirsten Jordan team at Douglas Elliman. Once again, this is the Widow Jane. You could even get tours here too, I didn't know that. And that is the Conover. Make a right on Dyckman Street. You have all these really neat woodworking shops. A lot of artists are here, a lot of pop-up shops. It's really interesting, really cool. A lot of millwork going on. There's always something unique going on in Red Hook. This is really the main town on Van Brunt Street. You're going to have tons of restaurants, coffee shops. There's a really good lobster roll place coming up here on the left. Check it out. You can see the B61 bus. I believe that goes to Park Slope, or it's coming from Park Slope. This looks like a really classic antique shop. This is an authentic Thai cuisine place. With very nice outdoor dining setup here. I'll quickly show you one of my favorite bakeries slash coffee shops. It's called Baked. Right across the street here. And then you have a wine and spirits place as well. This is another good breakfast place, Fort Defiance. Really good coffee here as well. Looks like there's a grand opening of maybe a coffee shop or a cafe on the left-hand side here. It says, "Welcome to SoWa, the best coffee in Brooklyn." Wow. The breakfast you'll never forget. Lots of nice outdoor dining space. And this looks to be a really cool record store as well, right on the corner of Sullivan Street. We'll cross the street on the corner of Van Brunt, because there's another good coffee shop here on the corner. This is a hot bagel place. Looks like a big bike tour going on. It's a really quiet neighborhood. It's really nice. It kind of feels like you're secluded away from all the craziness of Manhattan. Here's some more restaurants, bars, the Red Hook Tavern Bar and Restaurant. And this is a really cool and unique coffee shop, but they also have a little bit of a pop-up. Maybe there's some local fashion designers who are selling some of their products. I've been in here once. It's really good coffee. I like it. Looks like a very quiet knick-knack shop. Somebody has their charcoal barbecue grill on the fire escape. Love that. Oh, and you can see the Trade Center in the distance. Right on the corner of King Street, if you look through all of this sort of electrical wiring here, you can see the top of the One World Trade Center. Definitely a very dog-friendly, pet-friendly neighborhood. Now this is the headquarters of Red Hook Partners. So Lee Cohen is actually the developer who built the Conover that we just walked past at 199 Conover Street. So this is actually the building that we are selling. 199 Conover Street, it's about 50% sold. It is a very bespoke 22-unit condominium here in the heart of Red Hook. It's a beautiful, beautiful condo. You have a really nice pizza place, Mark's Red Hook Pizza.
We're recording. Keep it against it.
And then, I said, you know what?
Here's another coffee shop. Now this is a very famous lobster place. World famous seafood and lobster rolls right here in Red Hook, Brooklyn. This place is really good. We'll cross the street and check it out. Seems like they have a nice outdoor dining setup here. Red Hook Auto Body Repair Shop. Smells really good. Wow, that smells really good. Now keep in mind, we've only walked about 5 blocks, maybe 6. And notice all the things that we've seen so far. Multiple coffee shops, multiple restaurants, a famous lobster place. seems like a florist shop across the street. If you look in the distance there, that really big building sticking up, it's in downtown Brooklyn, very close to the Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn station and the Barclays Center. And that used to be the old Dimes Savings Bank, and it is now ultra luxurious condominiums. It's incredible to see how much Brooklyn has changed over the years. But it seems as if they've managed to keep Red Hook with that original Brooklyn vibe. It's almost like untouched in a way. It's kind of nice. Look at this original gas station here. Those look like the original pumps from the 50s. This shot right here is kind of like looking back in time almost. Check this place out. Nice outdoor dining space. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it looks very unique. This is Red Hook Takeout, Uber Eats and Grubhub. Maybe this is one of those ghost kitchens or something like that. You have your city bikes across the street, which is really good. That's convenient. To the right, this looks like the FDNY, but it may be, it just says Friends of Firefighters. You have a small business construction company across the street as well. We'll cross the street and check it out. Brooklyn Fire Engine number 2, 1886. So this was probably a horse stable way back in the day. I think this is the new NYU Medical Center that just opened. I think this is a family, sort of like primary care physician that is new to the neighborhood of Red Hook. And most importantly, on the corner of Summit Street, this is the Tesla showroom and service center, right next to the Red Hook terminal. And what's cool about this is if you look very closely in the distance here, folks, you could see One Vanderbilt, 432 Park Avenue, the Chrysler Building, and the Empire State Building all in one shot. Now, it may not come out that good on the camera, but if you're here in person, it's almost a surreal view, right? Because you see all of the city, and the World Trade Center is coming into view right now, while you're kind of secluded and away from the city entirely. So you'll see this is where a lot of the cargo gets offloaded from the ships. And you can see all of the Teslas at the service center here. Again, this is on the corner of Summit Street and Van Brunt. It looks like they're making a brand new park. You can see all of the new park benches here as well. We'll explore a little bit further down Summit Street because there's some really amazing new developments down here as well. These are townhouses. And even though they're brand new, you'll sort of see how the developers tried to keep a lot of the architectural integrity of Red Hook intact. You'll have that very red, bright brick, but all of the finishes and all of the amenities are brand new on the inside, obviously, and the outside, but it still has that classic Red Hook look. as we have the sanitation vehicles coming by. Let's take a look at some of these units. They appear to be duplex style. Floor to ceiling glass windows. It does appear that they have outdoor balcony space, which is nice, particularly on days like today. This one appears to be in contract. Wow. Really big open floor plans. There's just like 20-foot ceilings in the foyer. And they appear to be duplex style. And you have your personal parking down below, which is really nice, particularly in New York City. And you'll have these really nice tree-lined streets. Now these trees appear to be planted maybe 7 years ago. So over time, the canopy is really gonna grow out over this street and almost kind of resemble the Upper West Side, if you've ever watched the walking tour of that. Upper West Side of Manhattan has a really nice canopy, which keeps it really cool during the summer, which is great. We're now approaching Columbia Street. So on the corner of Columbia and Summit, if you make a left, you're gonna see more restaurants, more coffee shops, a lot more things to do. And you should hit into Carroll Street, which also has a lot more restaurants. But we are gonna head directly up Summit Street. These townhomes are gorgeous. On the left-hand side, look at that. You know, this pine tree right here gives a really nice accent detail to the facade of those townhomes. It's really nice. I love the accent of the black outer trim on the facade against the red brick. It's really nice. This is Hicks Street. What we're gonna do now is make a left on Hicks Street. We're gonna walk up the stairs here and we are gonna cross the bridge, because this will get me closest to the subway. But look at that church. Love the architecture there. Now here's something cool. As you're approaching Carroll Street, all the way in the distance, this little building over there, that is one of the newest developments in Dumbo, Brooklyn. It is called Olympia Dumbo. It is an absolutely magnificent new development that has unobstructed views of all of Lower Manhattan. You're overlooking not only the Brooklyn Bridge, but the Manhattan Bridge. It's a really, really spectacular new development. Once again, it's called Olympia Dumbo. More beautiful brownstones here. Really nice townhomes. Okay, this should be Henry Street coming up. And this also should merge onto First Place. All right, everybody. Well, if you enjoyed that walking tour of Red Hook, Brooklyn, please subscribe to the channel for more walking tours and click the subscribe button if you are new here, and we will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.